Hello, Starwolf here, and working on... This time I'm going to try to make a single stage to orbit craft in the spaceplane hangar. I have no idea how horribly this is going to go, so let's try it out. Control, I want one of these, so I get control. I'm going to put the nice high efficiency rocket thruster on here. I do need... I hope I can remember how to do these. Total engine. I think that's Alt-1 when I hit it in the game. Since it's supposed to be single stage to orbiter, I can't have any staging. I just needs to go. That also means I need a different kind of fuel. If aeronautics should be able to help with this. Nacelle. Intake air and liquid fuel. Okay, that'll work. I'll put this... Here's engines. Here we are. Back to aeronautics for some of these. I think you can see vaguely what is going to happen. Just to be safe, because I'm not sure how this will react, I'm going to do this just to make sure the fuel stays both directions so it can always use as needed. Wings. I need lifters. I also need to be able to see what's going on. Delta wing. Do I want a delta wing? That's way too big. So is there tail fin? That's still pretty big. Is there a swept? Wasn't there a swept? Swept. Pretty large, but a bit less bonkers. I'll put some of these wings. Evelyn's. Oh, this isn't gonna work at all, is it? Okay, I'm gonna put them sideways. That way the Elverons, which never like to work, will attach, and then I can move them. There we go. Now I need wheels. I don't know what the heck are these. Whatever. I need wheels. Wheels, I need different wheel, just to keep things fueled. I'm going to put, powered, and we'll put some of those there to give it juice. These things don't, do these things have control surfaces? Swept wings, wing lifting surface, doesn't really seem to have control surface. But that's certainly going to be interesting. Alright, let's see what happens. I have no idea whether it's going to go well or not. Action groups. Custom 2 will be these does toggle. Okay. Now let's see what happens. If I remember how to do this properly, I'll turn on that. Option 2. There we go. And that allows me to turn those thrusters on. Lift. Okay, I need to pull up more than this. The thing has a lot of rear loaded lift, which means it doesn't do the whole pulling up thing that well. I also almost certainly need to throttle it back because I'm going way too fast. And I don't need the thing to overheat before it gets anywhere near space. Because that's a thing they did now, is the plane will absolutely overheat. I avoided overheating, but I think I'm going too slow now. That thing uses liquid fuel. Alright, do that. The idea of the single-stage orbiter is to get into stable orbit without staging, as I may have mentioned. But I don't think this is going to do it right off the bat. Maybe I didn't give it enough kick. Maybe I gave it... Because I'm running... The fuel supply isn't doing that stellar already. I need to get velocity. Yeah, see, it is accelerating, but I need to get a lot more velocity, and I don't know if I have the fuel for it. Come on, give me speed. What just happened? I ran out of oxidizer. Yep, fuel's dead. Didn't work. Revert. Flight. I'm going to try that again. This time I'm going to just slam. Oh shit, not you. You. I'm going to leave the throttle at half for takeoff because low atmosphere you can't really accelerate anyway. And then when I get to higher, I'm going to, when I get to the second tier, I'm just going to throttle up, see what happens. There, wheels away, pull up. I order you to pull up. I know you're having a difficult time with this. Up. Losing velocity. Okay, I don't need to be destabilized now. And come on, I should be able to get more speed than that. Power. Yeah, here's the hurry up and wait section. I don't want to accelerate because that can cause deep space tracking attacks. I mean, I don't want to time warp because that can cause deep space tracking attacks. 8 minute. Okay, let's hope I don't overheat the thing. It's going pretty hot, but it's also going pretty fast, and that's definitely better than what it was doing before. Plus, the air should be thinning at this point, so we might be able to get away with it. How high is it jumping? 46. It's about what was it doing before, but it's still burning. It's still. Alright, you off, you back on. Rocket. Space plane 60, 65, 69, 70. Okay, it got to 72, which means that's high enough for orbital. Now the question is, can I actually get an orbit? So the current craft, 7, 8, 9. You get it close to the apoapsis. How high is it now? 67, 68, 69, and 70. And now put some throttle back down. Okay, I have no idea if this is going to work because oxidizer only has half my fuel. But you can see at least what it's supposed to do. And I am in space. I'm just going to obviously just let it burn out, see what happens. I'm probably not going to end up in orbit. Yep, because that's the end of my fuel, and I am so close, but I do not have an orbit. It's going to end up back down on the ground. Well, I guess I'll stop this episode for now, and come back to it once I've redesigned the ship a bit. So remember to like the video, share the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. Goodbye.